Hello, everybody. Welcome to whatever this is. See, I don't even know because it's not even there. You know why? Who knows? So yeah, we've got no show. Josh, where are you at? Let's get you in on this. There you go.
I'm muted. No, I'm just very low. You're very hot.
I am very hot.
Yes.
Something
I'm
like
here.
that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's me.
It's you. So yeah, happy Sunday, everybody. This is us not doing a show. We're actually, I'll tell you here in a minute what we've been up to. I want to know what everybody else has been up to. My phone's blowing up all of a sudden. Hey, is there no show today? Did I miss a memo? Nope. We just didn't have time to make a memo. So here we are. Josh, what's new with you? What's going on in your world? Anything
not
fun?
a whole lot. Played a gig last night. That's about it.
Yeah? How'd that go?
It went well.
Oh, good.
2 girls bar. Nice little club. Little.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fun.
Was there a lot of people there?
Probably for that place, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. I feel like I should be on my own my own ear mix because I feel like I could barely hear myself.
Me too. Everything seems down a little bit.
Well, let's see about bringing things up.
I may be having a short in my
Something.
headphones too.
Is that better?
That is better, yes.
Okay, fun for you, girl.
This is very entertaining for the people online.
I'm telling you. Oh, God, that's so much better.
Isn't it better? What'd you do? Did you just turn it up a little bit?
I don't know what I did, but I plugged into where I normally do, and now all of a sudden the hum is gone,
It's
and
good.
we're good.
Yes.
We're good. So
Hey, everybody out there.
Yeah, Kyla Meyer is here. So she says, hello, Kylie. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Julie is here. She says, there you are. Hi, guys. What's up?
Julie.
Shame. All right. I've already had enough of this music. Oh, no. Oh, Jared's had enough of this music. Let's see if I can fix this here real quick. New slide there. Do. Got it. Come on, computer. So yeah, we are playing catch up here at the Audio Roast, and yeah, that's what's on our agenda for today and this weekend. Let me see which mouse I needed to use here. Julia says, managed to squeeze in a visit to KC Renaissance Festival. My daughter had a fabulous sparkly hat that was referred to as a disco pirate more than once. The Queen loved it. Well, that sounds like a fun time.
Disco Pirate sounds like a great name for a band.
It really does. Yeah. The Disco Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Daisy's here. Happy Sunday to you as well, Dean. Dean, I don't know what to tell you other than my deepest condolences to your driveway. Did you see what happened?
I did not. What happened?
Some turd that was drunk went careening over and / through his driveway, which was built up and had like cobblestone and stuff.
Oh
just
my god!
Plowed right through it, went airborne and landed right on the other side, stalled out, and they just walked to somewhere. And he left his truck.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
it shouldn't be hard to figure out who it is.
Not
right?
a boring weekend over at the Daisy residence, that's for sure.
Well, and he also played this weekend with Innuendo over at Carrie.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Did you check that out at all? Or that's when you were playing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Same night. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yep. That's how crazy I've been. I don't even know who's playing what where.
Well, as long as you know what's going on at the Riff, that's really all that's important. Wow, that's some masterful product placement.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm not even gonna pull any punches. I'm not even drinking coffee today yet. I'm sipping on some Sprite out of a Riff glass.
Come and go drink.
Yeah. The old shooting scoot, eh? Chris says, wasn't me this time. Yeah, you say that. I don't know. Nobody's been cleared of the charges yet that I know of. Yeah, so honestly, here's the deal. I got to work in reverse order almost. So last week we did an Ask Us Anything.
Yeah.
Which means we didn't have to get the studio back in order at all. The week before that, we moved the entire studio downstairs to the Riff, which is why the studio's in absolute chaos right now.
Yeah, we still haven't got it put together.
The week before that is whenever my band played at the Riff. And so I've got like half of my Death May Die stuff sitting over there, my face paint, my costumes, all the junk over there. So I've had zero reason to do anything but become like a slumlord in my own little studio here. And it looks like a bomb went off. So I didn't have it in order. I didn't dare invite people into this mess. Josh had to like find a path to get through here.
I did.
So yeah, Josh, should we talk about what we've got up our sleeve?
Well, we've been in talks with some personal heroes of mine. We're planning on interviewing next week.
A mirror?
24th? Huh?
A mirror?
Yes. Yeah, it's just gonna be me. You're good enough. You're smart enough. No, so as some of you may know, the group CPR, which stands for Classic Petra Resurrection, or Resurrected, something like that. Resurrection. Yep, looking at it right now. Are going to be in Branson, Missouri on November 13th. And of course, anytime Greg's around, I've got to see him and got to talk to him. And we thought, so hey, we're doing this. Why don't we get in contact with Jonna, which is Greg's daughter? And she actually contacted us, and we're going to be getting at least 4 of the 5 guys, Greg, Louie, the drummer, Mark Lowry. I'm sorry, John Lowry, the keyboard player, and Greg Bailey, the bass player.
Nice.
Will be on the show next week. We're going to do some games. We're going to see if they recognize some Petra songs backwards. And
shh, don't give away too many secrets.
Wow, they're not watching.
But in full disclosure, here's the deal, and Josh is very well aware of this. I did not grow up on or with Petra. I don't know anything about Petra. I am a newbie on that. So I thought the best thing, instead of me doing a whole bunch of research and pretending, would be to hand the show over.
Yeah, just turn over to
Joshua Poole.
That's
the Joshua Poole.
Yeah,
there we go.
I gotta get my finger pointed the right way. Ouch.
Josh Poole, phone home. Yeah. So needless to say, Josh is a bit of a fan.
Yeah, and
boy.
So is Julia Lay Cobb. So I'm gonna actually send it out right now. If you guys have any questions that we might want to ask, put them in the comments or private message me or send it to the Audio Roast podcast website or call Jared.
Send us a mail, contact some snail mail, anything. Yeah. You know,
send it to the Facebook page, whatever. We'll do what we can to get you guys informed and address those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Wynn is here. He says, "Hey guys, what's up, Eric? Good to see you over the past weekend." Julia says, "I bet you didn't even touch the 7 and 7 this week. You would be
that would be a safe bet."
You are correct. We are going to hold off on the 7 and 7 this week, and we'll pick up where we left off last week next week. Julie says, "See you at the show." So she's coming down for the Petra show.
Yeah, I probably ought to find someone to replace me because I'm playing that night.
Oh,
yeah.
So do they know yet?
I've
do we need to play the breaking news music?
What does the guys in the band know?
Right.
That, I mean,
that you're gonna no-show them for Petra.
The guys from it would
all
break
in the name
Greg's
of
heart.
Jesus.
Yeah, it'll break Greg's heart if I'm not there. Is that what you're talking about? That they don't know that?
No, that your bandmates.
My band.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't found anyone, so right now I'm committed. So, but we'll see.
Breaking news.
I've already got the blessing from our lead singer to try to find someone.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And we still got a few weeks away.
Yeah. You know. She said, Julia says, "Oh my God, guys, Petra, 13-year-old me is so happy." Oh, there you go. I'm glad to hear that. That's cool. That's cool, man. I think there's something special about, you know, in your early teens, the music that you connect to.
It really is.
It lasts a lifetime. Like AC/DC is not my favorite band now. I've kind of grown from that.
Mm-hmm.
But they were my first favorite band. So they'll always hold that special spot. So I can relate. I can kind of get that for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So
I don't even have, no, I think I do. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't even have cricket sounds.
No, we don't have that. We don't want the buzz.
Caw. That's my cricket birds from
that buzz
the other show.
So we won't.
Yeah. You guys hear a buzz. Sorry. It's my messy studio. So yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
yes.
That's speaking of bad sound. Tell them what you've been on me about with the sound situation.
Stereo.
We're gonna get a whole sound overhaul.
No, I like haul over.
All over our notes is what we're getting.
That's
all
exactly
over
what
our
I was
notes.
thinking. It was like all over notes. I like Man Eater. I liked.
Yeah. Except for its cord eater.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, so we are going to be in stereo. That's right and left channels for those of you who don't know what the heck we're talking about.
We're coming
sound
into
so much better.
We're coming into the 1970s in stereo.
Oh yeah, finally. Moving on up. Jared Weisner, I hope I'm saying that right. Weisner? Not sure. Who is your favorite band now? Well, my favorite band for the last, gosh, I don't know, 10, 15 years is, tell him, Josh. If he's
King
right.
Diamond.
Who?
King Diamond.
I thought you said Neil Diamond. I was like, oh,
close.
Gosh.
They're very similar in genre.
No, I'm a huge King Diamond fan, so much so that obviously I did the King Diamond tribute. But no, Guns N' Roses. My favorite band. Yep. What about you, Jared? Who is your favorite band? And actually, so yeah, who's your favorite band of all time and who's your favorite band now? I'll put two on you. Also, I can't tell from your profile picture, but it looks like you're wearing a t-shirt and a thong. Or are those khakis? I can't tell.
No, that is his drum head.
Oh, I see
it's
that
just
now.
Right at his leg. Your mind always goes there.
Not really, but you know,
Men in thongs.
from way over there where my monitor is, that's all I see. Christy says, so excited for Halloween Kills and the new Scream come out. Oh, Halloween Kills and the new Scream to come out. Plus, DC just released a bunch of movie and game trailers, so fall and winter may not be too bad. Yeah, I actually kind of would like to see Halloween Kills. I've seen a lot of previews and stuff for it and reactions and whatnot. So it seems like it's pretty cool. I know we talked last week, I think it was, about scary movies and that kind of stuff. Is that something that's on your radar to see this, or are you like,
not really? I'm not a huge, I'm more suspense rather than scary.
Same. Yep. I think the big selling point for me is the role that Jamie Lee Curtis's character has in this new one now, like as the almost kind of like the Doctor was in the original. Like she's now the one with the knowledge and the power. And
so I don't know. Do you ever watch any Netflix? There's a series they have.
A little bit. The only thing we've been watching on
sorry,
on Netflix,
Golden Girls isn't on Netflix.
No, it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
The only thing we've been watching on Netflix is the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Yep. Just watched that episode like when it came out on Friday midnight. I was up already.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Well, it's here. So, but yeah, they've got this episode, this docuseries called The Movies That Made Us. And they just released 3 new episodes. And it's Halloween, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. And Halloween episode was really cool. I never realized it, but there's no blood in it.
Oh, yeah. What's the series? What is this?
The movies that made us.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I also watched The Toys That Made Us, which is a great series. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared said Black Sabbath was his favorite band.
Okay.
Great favorite band.
So they wanted to take kind of a Hitchcockian approach. What you don't see.
Yes.
Is what's more scary.
Yep. And so, at 9.5 times out of 10, that's the case.
Oh yeah.
The only time I could think that it wasn't was Cloverfield. That movie was terrible. And I paid to see it in theaters. Let's see here. Jared also says sleep. Jody's here. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Jody. Welcome to this quick little bonus, ad-free, script-free. We ain't got nothing. Right. We're just checking in, letting people know we're still alive and kicking.
We're saying quick. We don't know. We get kind of long-winded at times.
Yes, you do. No, we both do. We all do. We all enjoy conversation. Chris Schneider says, Halloween Talk, the band Take the Day, had done a great updated version of Dream Warriors doc and cover. That's correct. They did. And that is actually going to be the intro to next week's show.
Other day. Yep.
I say next week. We might actually do 2 weeks so that it's actually on our Halloween show.
Right. That would probably be more apropos instead of a Christian band that.
Oh no, we gotta give them the
Dream Theater.
The whole experience. We'll have some kind of Slayer Warriors cover for tomorrow or for next week's intro. Yeah. Julie says, I've been watching The Movies That Made Us and The Toys That Made Us. Love the wrestling action figures episode. That was the first one I watched for sure. It's really, really cool. Really insightful.
I had to watch the Star Wars toy episode.
Oh, were you?
Because I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yep. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the G.I. Joe episode were really good. I mean, there wasn't really any that I didn't care for. The other thing that we watch on Netflix is 100 Humans, I think is what it's called. And it's a group of scientists with literally 100 different humans, and they do all these different tasks and stuff in controlled environments with 2 variables, and see what the outcome is and discuss why it shook out the way it did. It's pretty interesting if you're into that kind of thing. Deborah says, I bought a tutu. I'm so happy. Don't mess with my tutu. You know that song?
Yeah, I do.
There you go.
Yeah.
What in the world did you buy a tutu for? I've got to hear this. I'm assuming for Halloween, but maybe not. I don't know.
Gotta have a tutu.
Did you sell her a tutu recently, Josh?
She called, but mine were already all spoken for.
I see.
There's my everyday tutu.
Yeah.
There's my weekend tutu and my fancy tutu. When I just want to treat myself.
The big question is, which tutu do you wear on Tuesday? Is it Tutu Tuesday?
It is Tutu Tuesdays.
Deborah said, because I needed a new one.
Oh,
of course.
Of course. I mean,
how dare I read into this?
They only have a life about 5 years. And
yeah.
After, you
know, getting a little fringy.
Unless you're really hard on
them. Don't mess with my tutu. Abigail says, the Barbie episode got me really into the history of Mattel. 3 Barbie essays later, and here we are. Yeah, Barbie is an really, really interesting, especially when they started bringing in celebrities and stuff like the Lucille Ball Barbie and that kind of stuff, Marilyn Monroe, all those. It's really interesting. You're right. If you haven't seen that episode, it's a good one for sure. Julia says, just watched My Little Pony episode. It was a little weird. There are apparently 3 different people that want to take credit for inventing
That is a good episode. That really is.
I will admit I totally skipped it, I think, because I had no interest. I'm not a brony.
You don't have to be a brony. It's
all right.
It's about the production of it and the ideas. And
that's fair.
I've watched them all. They're good.
Jody says, I tear mine every time, not putting them on, but getting them off.
There's a trick to it. I'll have to show you next time I'm out there.
Fancy tutu for Taco Tuesdays. There you go, Cindy. That's what's up. If you're not getting your Tuesday tacos into tutu, you're doing it wrong.
That's right.
Especially if you're not doing shots of tequila on Taco Tuesday in a tutu.
Right.
Good Lord. Take that, Sally by the seashore.
You know, there are many days on Taco Tuesdays where I wear my tutu and sombrero. So I have like a big ring around here.
It's quite the silhouette.
Yeah. I look like an axle standing up.
Not the rose variety, but
not
the
rose
mechanical variety.
But, you know, like their wheels here.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, so what a week. Jody's here with us. Jody, I would love to hear how you felt Thursday night went and where you guys are at now mentally after all the anticipation and the work that went into the beforehand of the final Papa Green Shoes on a regular Thursday night at the Riff show versus today. I would love to hear how you thought it went. I thought it was absolutely the best it could have been. Phenomenal show, phenomenal guys, and a phenomenal crowd. Really good stuff.
Yeah, that's an end of an era for them. I mean, they've been doing it how many?
5 years.
5 years,
Yep.
except for time when they were out with COVID.
Right.
So. Not that they had COVID,
they weren't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The
I don't
COVID
know.
was
Maybe
out.
they did. I don't know
I
their
don't know.
medical history.
I don't know. See here. What else?
I don't know.
I personally am working on an episode coming up for another Classic Album Clash. I won't tell you who, what, when, or why, but it's going to be a really good one. Really good subject matter on that one. So, yeah. Jody says, it was excellent. I agree. We will all be back at the Rift December 2nd and for Christmas.
Zemas. I think
I don't think we serve Zima.
Yeah, you do. It's called White Claw.
Right. Speaking of all that, Cheryl says, are you drinking water? Absolutely not. I'm drinking Sprite. Water.
It's vodka, people. Don't let it
Yeah,
fool
straight
you.
vodka. Welcome to... Never mind. Now I'm drinking vodka.
Yeah. No, that's definitely White Claw or Budweiser.
Right. Yeah, the seltzers. Yep. So that's what's going on in our world, kids. I don't know what else we've got. Cheryl says, I thought that was an ad.
No, she said I thought that was odd.
Oh, odd, yes. Well, it was not an ad, but I am drinking from a Riff cup glass. Tumbler thing.
You need a closer monitor, dude.
I really do. That thing is like, anybody that hasn't been here to the studio or anybody that has been here should really sit in the chair that I sit in and look up at this. It's like being in the front row of a movie theater, except for you still have to do this neck thing and it's way far away. Yeah. Kim says, put your glasses on, Grandpa. I can't see where I put them. Oh, here's this. I've got these.
Those are his fancy everyday glasses.
Benny and the J. Those aren't the ones I was looking for, though. What else you got, Josh? Entertain the people.
I'm not entertaining in real life. Same. Only on stage.
Same.
I'll expound on things if asked, but.
What is your favorite Petra song?
Dude, that's hard to quantify. I don't like making absolute statements on stuff like that because right now what I'm rocking on is Adonai off Beat the System, just because there's some really cool little detailed stuff in it, and Greg just like explodes through the ceiling with his voice on that.
God, I can't see anything through those. Those are crap. These are fake, so they work great.
Mm-hmm.
Christy says, oh, don't get me started. My brother made me sit on the first row to watch Two Towers in theater. My neck is still hurting. But your brain is doing great after seeing that fantastic flick.
And it's doubly worse because there's two towers to look at rather
than
just one.
Okay, so here you go. Do you know what the two towers that they refer to are?
Yes.
Go.
Ilsador. I'm sorry, the one in where it's Saron's and Saramon's towers, right? Right? The Dark Tower and Saramon's Tower, correct?
Do you know the names of the towers?
I can't remember. At one point I did.
Okay, so Sauron. Well, I'm gonna wait and see in the comments here if people can guess.
Cirithungol?
Cirithungol? No.
I've heard it both ways.
Oh, okay. Good guess, but no.
Yeah.
And there's actually a couple theories on which two that actually is, because it's never really specified, but it's pretty heavily implied. Julie says,
I've read the books. I can't remember. Keeps talking about Gandalf going to Saruman's tower, and I believe it starts with an I, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does start with an I.
The place, not the building.
Yeah.
Starts with an I.
Okay. I can't remember. I just know that an eagle pulled him off of it.
Julie says, put those glasses with my daughter's hat and you'll be the most sparkly person ever. Jay Stevens is the exception, though. Julie says, if I have to pick one Petra song, I love listening to Greg sing All Over Me. Ridiculously great.
Yeah.
How's it go?
All over me. All over me.
There you go. Kim Garmery says Isengard.
Isengard.
That is the correct place.
That's not the tower.
Not the building. Christy says your research department will be there soon. Watch Stephen Colbert about Lord of the Rings. Dude is an ultimate fan. He absolutely is. He's incredible in his knowledge. And I love that there's times where he has guests come on a show and they think they're ringers. And then they spring a question on him. He's like, with the answers. And they're like, how?
The ultimate fan was Christopher Lee.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Read it annually.
He could speak the dark language.
He read it annually. Did you see who was it that said that? Christy. Christy, did you see the episode with Billy Boyd and what's his name? I can't think of names for whatever reason. When they were on Stephen Colbert recently, and they actually asked him a question that he did not know the answer to. So it was pretty cool to see him get stumped. And sure enough, here we go with Julia Lee Cobb, our research department, Baradur and Orthanc.
Okay, I knew Baradur, but I didn't know Orthanc.
Dean says Two Towers, the best of the three movies, in my honest opinion. That's most everybody's favorite. Tis not mine, but it is most everybody's.
Return of the King.
Yeah, Return of the King is
when he looks back and says for Frodo,
yeah,
done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep. I'm a massive fan of hobbits and the hobbit lifestyle. So I'm a Fellowship of the Ring.
Digging holes and living inside.
You know.
Dude, you got to go to my friend's Hobbit hole. Hobbit house.
How do you know I haven't been there?
Because you don't go to Russellville, Arkansas.
Oh,
You've seen
true.
it. You've seen it though. You've seen the.
Yes. Isn't that in the bottom of the nuclear plant, and they've just got like a little hole in the ground?
No, it's not a fallout shelter. You've seen the videos. It looks like Bilbo's house.
Right. Yeah, I have. Christy says no, but I need to. I think someone's mom stumped him too. Oh, interesting. Willow versus Frodo.
Easy.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Frodo.
I got them all. I'm sure not everybody's as entertained by our Lord of the Rings nerd is.
Well, this show's not about them.
Nerds talk. Right. True. Yeah. It's about audio and roasting them or something. Julie says, I'm a big fan of the second breakfast and potatoes. Yes. Same. Big same.
I'm more about the 11sies. Just because it's fun to say.
11sies. Yes.
What about luncheon?
Dinner.
Afternoon tea? He knows about those, doesn't he? I don't think he does.
Christy says, I'm going with Willow. I actually heard, are they redoing or doing a sequel to Willow?
I hope not. I
hope not either. But as long as, oh God, why do I not think of names? I just had it right there. I know his name. Who's Willow?
Are you talking about Val Kilmer's character?
No.
Willow was the baby.
No.
You're talking about the guy who played the little Ewok.
Yes.
I can't remember his name either. The British little person.
Oh my gosh. Golly. I feel like it's 3 names. I'm not even worried about Googling it. Julia's feverishly typing it out right now. Warwick Davis.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Christy. Mike says, I try to get through Lord of the Rings movies. Well, I'm here to tell you, Mike, it's, I actually almost, I am. It's a lot better than Princess Bride. I'll say that. And I love the Princess Bride. Yeah. Julia says, Warwick Davis. Christy has it. Yes.
And I knew that. I couldn't
same.
recall it.
Same. Warwick Davis and Billy Boyd is the name I was trying to think a minute ago.
No, you said Billy Boyd. You're thinking the other one.
Dominic
Monaghan.
Yeah. What's the name of the other?
Sean Astin.
No.
And
no. I'm off Lord of the Rings. I'm on to Little People. Billy
Budd. Not Billy Budd.
No.
Budd.
It's a 2B name like that. Billy.
But he played R2D2, right? You thinking that guy?
The guy I'm thinking of played Rumpelstiltskin. He played in Masters of the Universe. He played in. He was on an episode of Golden Girls.
Little mousy looking guy.
No, old man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Old mousy looking guy.
No. Maybe. God, why can I not think of names? Billy.
I think he was R2.
I thought Warwick Davis was R2.
No, Warwick Davis was.
He was
Wicket.
an Ewok in.
He was no. He was a child when he did. Yes, he was a child when he did Jedi.
How old was he when he did?
I think he was in
Willow.
like his teens. No, I don't know.
I feel like he did both roles.
No, he didn't do R2.
Oh my gosh. Why can I not think of his name is 2Bs. Okay, let's jump over to the comments. Billy Barty, thank you, Mike McWhorter. Thank you, Billy Barty. Yes. My gosh.
Kenny Baker played R2D2.
Yeah. Mike says, I do, however, love Lord of the Rings debates in Clerks 2. Best thing about Clerks 2 is Grandma, welcome home.
Was that in Clerks 2?
Yeah. R2 was Kenny Baker. Yep. Julie says Mike McWhorter got Billy Barty right. Correct. Warwick Davis was 7. Really? Jared says, I think the vodka's kicking in. No, buddy, I promise you, there is no vodka. 0. Zilch. Wrong show. This is a mixture between a lack of sleep and a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Julie says, Mike McWhorter is going to steal my job because I think I have 15-second delay. Oh. No, your job's secure, girl. However, we might be expanding the department. Billy Barty, a.k.a. Dr. Shrinker on Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, his voice was so iconic. He did a lot of good stuff that was memorable to me via my childhood. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's very mousy looking.
You think that's mousy looking?
Yeah. I think
I
so.
don't know. He looks a lot like my maternal grandfather, except for smaller.
About a third.
He's action figures.
Whoa, he's halfway there.
Oh my god. Yeah. Whoa, shorter by a hair. What are we doing with our lives? We're going to get canceled. Mike says, Billy Barty. Oh, I already read that one. Christy says, okay, audio roast question. Any new episode ideas you guys contemplating? Well, we're open to suggestions. That's number 1. So if you've got something, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a classic album Clash that it was just like right in front of us. And, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we should have done this one. And so we're going to be doing that. Trying to think. I mentioned to Jared today about a group I heard about.
Julie says, yeah, like a Broadway show. Hashtag Broadway Justice for Lisa. If you guys only knew. And I'm so serious. If you only knew, we have been working feverishly behind the scenes trying to make this happen. And when it happens, it's going to be the greatest thing that we've done.
Well,
I don't know what else to say that.
Personally, I think next week will be the greatest thing. I mean,
one I grew up with, one I did.
There'll be 8 Grammys. These guys have it. Cultivate Grammys.
Yeah, but who doesn't like a good Tony?
I don't think there was.
What's details. Yeah. We've got some stuff. Let me grab my calendar here real quick.
It's just we're so busy, man.
You guys, here's the deal. Some of you guys are also busy out there. I don't think you understand the level of busy that we have been dealing with.
Well, Christine understands how busy I am because she works there and works with me, and she knows how short-staffed we are. What are you doing?
I don't know why any of this is happening.
This is our Halloween special.
We can't talk about being short-staffed after talking about Warwick Davis and Billy Barty. That's just insensitive,
I don't know.
Josh.
I mean, you know what they say about short guys?
Yeah, they wear smaller tutus.
That's
right. Christy says, rewinding low-rated albums. Oh, sorry, review. God, where are my glasses? Reviewing low-rated albums still comes to mind. Yeah, Christy, I like that. Throw me some low-rated albums. Let's talk about. Let's talk about that real quick.
I got the list that some people had mentioned over here.
Deborah says, how about hired guns that have been in popular bands? Yeah. Richard Fortus.
Yeah, the poorly rated albums that had been mentioned were like Dog Eat Dog, Van Halen 3, and Elder Kit by Kiss.
Say those again, sorry.
Dog Eat Dog, that was by Warrant.
Okay.
Van Halen 3, and Elder by Kiss.
Wait a minute. Reviewing low-rated albums. Okay, so add to this, one of my favorite albums. We were just talking earlier about AC/DC. Came out the year I graduated. Stiff Upper Lip. I could tell you every word to every song, the order, everything about that album. Nobody knows anything about it, and it's a travesty.
That was the first time his voice sounded really different.
Really?
In my opinion, it was when I had heard it, it sounded like a guy doing an impersonation of him. That's
you know what I think that is? I think that's a little bit of the, oh God, what's the word? My brain is fried. I need coffee, y'all. The Mandela effect, with the same timing that Jim Brewer came out with the Hokey Pokey. You put your left hand in. It was all the same at the same time. And so those,
as voices, as he aged, your voice changes.
Sure.
And he did not sound like he did in Back in Black.
See, but you're missing,
or even Thunderstruck.
Hang on, but you're missing so much. You're talking like a 20-year span there. It's a literal 20-year span. Back in Black came out in 1980.
Right.
Stiff Upper Lip in 2001. You're missing like Razor's Edge and so many massive.
Razor's Edge? No, I didn't miss Razor's Edge. I saw them on that tour.
Well, no, but you're comparing, it as if nothing happened in between, meaning you're comparing that 20-year gap start to finish, but you're not talking about the gradual change of his voice. You're talking about how that was when you noticed the change in his voice.
That's when I really noticed it. Yeah. It's just that because I'd seen them on Saturday Night Live with that, and it's like, wow, he doesn't. He sounded older, and to me,
interesting.
And
that very well could be.
Well, and one of the things about his voice is that it's so gravelly that to me, it needed that higher edge to it to smooth it over, rather than him just sounding.
See, and there's so much on that album too, like on the song.
I'm not saying it's a bad album.
On the drive on a bit of a trip. Like he would literally come down that low.
Right.
Looking for thrills to give me some kicks. Now I want you ladies.
I'm not saying it's not a bad album. It just did not sound like him anymore. It was that kind of
interesting.
Yeah, and I'm the same way with Kansas. When Steve Walsh, when his voice tanked, I couldn't listen to them anymore.
Yeah.
Not that their stuff wasn't any good.
Sure.
It was, but I just couldn't.
Liz Deck is here. Hi, guys. Hey, Liz. Christy says, David Hasselhoff's first album. Did he have more than one? Did he have a song besides, what was it? The Hasselhoff Shuffle or something?
No, he did some covers.
Can't say that I'm really up on Hasselhoff. Mike says, Josh is 100% right on Stiff Upper Lip. I heard the Jim Brewer thing way after Stiff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Came out, and I thought he sounded like he was struggling. Yeah. I thought that timeline was a lot closer. Maybe I'm off on that. Mike says, I love AC/DC. Same.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, boys. Happy Sunday to you as well, Liz. Hope you're having a good one.
Now, the newer AC/DC album, I'm used to his voice, so I thought there were some okay cuts on that.
Yeah, for sure. I wish I like some of the guitar riffs and stuff, but just as a song, I wish that was stepped up a little bit. You know?
There wasn't anything. I mean, almost every album they have something that's like their keystone song, their anthem,
right?
They're Back in Black, their
Black Ice, or
something like that.
Yeah,
there really wasn't anything on their new album.
I would agree with that. Even though I thought they were all fine songs, they weren't phenomenal. Other upcoming stuff. Let's see here. I actually am working on stuff all the way out to December, believe it or not. Working on putting together the Christmas show. I've got one of the two guests already for that. Trying to figure out exactly what we want to do. I actually had an idea in the beginning of December for a really, really, really cool. If you like Broadway, you're gonna like this episode of Tournament of Champions. And I've got I've got both guests confirmed. And I also was thinking about doing that as our live show, but there's a show downstairs at the Riff on that same day, on Sunday. So that means I don't know if we'll even be able to do a show at all that day because it'll be an all day sound check and then the show that night, that kind of thing, which sucks because that's really cool what I've got planned, but I'm not telling you yet. Deborah says, I forgot the Hoff's one-hit wonder. I do remember him in the SpongeBob movie. I remember him on Baywatch, period. and the roast of David Hasselhoff. That's the only two things I know.
I'm a Knight Rider guy.
Well, you're right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Christy says, yep, he has more than one. The first one came out during the OJ chase, so it was pretty poorly reviewed and not a lot of radio play.
Okay,
so you're saying it was a little slow, just like the chase.
Yeah, I was wondering if she was talking about the chase being poorly reviewed or the
No,
album.
The chase was greatly reviewed. Everybody was watching that.
Yeah, well.
It was viral, if you will. Mike says, host open mic night at the Riff, but all AC/DC. People have to sign up and get aligned with what they are playing.
Get assigned.
Oh, get assigned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go. I'm down for anything AC/DC related like that. Deborah says, how about for an upcoming show, do a most overrated bands countdown or something?
Ooh, that's, I
like that because it's so debatable.
Oh my gosh, that would create so many fights.
Write that down.
So many fights.
Write it down.
Bands.
Come on, y'all. Let's do it.
Okay.
In a loving, friendly way, of course. And then I'll tell you guys why you're all dead wrong.
So Nirvana.
right, exactly. All those haters out there, you might as well put on Guns N' Roses. Dead wrong.
Right.
Dead wrong.
Hey, did you show them what I got you?
Oh, no, I still haven't. And I still don't know whether to keep it as is or take it out.
Let's ask the audience. It's yours.
Hashtag ask the audience. Yeah. This is what Josh got at me out of the blue. Let me, there we go. How cool is that? And the best part about this, and this is what I told Josh, I wanted to open this up and just display this one part. See if I can get my microphone to work.
Part you're wanting to display. I wonder if it's anatomically correct.
I don't know if you could see that, but
best features.
He's got removable and exchangeable hands so that he can hold a guitar or he can just have cool looking hands. And so I just want, like, you know, in the movie
like
Edward Scissorhands where they find just the hand part. Like,
yeah,
I think that'd be fun. What are those? Those are Slash's hands. You couldn't tell?
Yeah.
Fake fan. Julia says, I love that Axel pop figure. Well, thank you. I've got a friend of mine that works at a place that sells them. And as soon as she got them in, she's like, oh my God, you need this. You want me to hold it for you? I'm like, yes, I'm on my way. Europeans are hip to music. It's true. That is true. Deborah says she loves Guns N' Roses. I agree. Christy says, thank you. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Because Julia said David Hasselhoff has put out 12 albums between 1984 and 2008. Most all of them were huge hits in Germany.
They are. Them Germans love the Hoff.
I acknowledge that they do. I just don't get why.
I think it has to do with the name Hasselhoff.
Maybe. Chrissy has a great point. She says, lock your door for that episode because of visitors.
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah. We'll batten down the hatches for sure. Mike.
Ooh, you know what? We might want to just call different past guests and say, who do you think is the most overrated band?
That's a good idea.
That way it doesn't have to always come from us.
Can I put something out there?
You can do whatever you want to. It's your show.
Well, not without consequence, of course, but you know. That's why I asked, because
We're
I'm
just-
looking for no consequences. Damn it!
This is just we're floating a test balloon out there,
Right?
and
Yeah, that's all it
see
says.
see if it
Think of
pops.
this idea as a kite. It'll either land in the bushes or it'll float freely in the sky, and nobody will pay it any mind. How many guests do you think we've had on the show in the time that we've been on?
You've done a year. I would say probably at least.
We're up to a year and June, July, August, September, October. A year and 5 months.
I'm saying in that time you've probably done right around 35 to 40 shows. So probably close to, I'd say 70 guests.
35 to 40 shows of what? The whole show altogether?
Of this show, yeah.
Oh God, no.
More than that?
Yeah, we're on.
I didn't know if
this is not officially counting as a show. Like, I won't put this on a podcast form or anything like that. This is last week we did episode 69.
Okay, so then I would say probably at least 100 guests.
Yeah, over 100 guests. Yep. Do you know how many regularly watch this show out of those 100 people?
Probably about 5.
Probably about 5 to 10%. Yeah. WTF, y'all.
Yeah.
WTF. And what's funny is after almost every episode, I'm airing so much dirty laundry right now. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this show's so great. I'm so glad I did this. I'd love to do this again." Where's that cricket sound effect? I'm like, "Where y'all at? What's happening? What are we doing? We need to shake this thing up a little bit, or what? What's happening?" So I don't know. Deborah says 141 is her guess on how many people. Christy says 225. Yeah, so it's definitely a lot. It's a lot. I don't think we've hit the 200 mark. But we're definitely over 100. But still, it's kind of weird to me that people talk so highly about what we're doing but don't watch it, which makes me only love you guys that watch it every week that much more, because at least somebody appreciates us. Julia says, "Does that mean that I can call myself a 5%er?"
You could.
I think we've just stumbled upon a new T-shirt.
Yeah.
I like that.
But you know what?
And if you know, you know. And that's what's going to be on the back.
You know what? I'm sure Tom Cruise doesn't watch Jimmy Fallon every day. So, I mean, I don't think that's...
No, but Jimmy Fallon is also not trying to help the scene of Hollywood either. And it's also a much smaller scene. Just saying. Caitlin Logan says, "The tea."
I'm just trying to soften things, dude.
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah, good point. Yeah. I agree. Yep, Aldi agrees. Liz says, "Maybe I should make them cookies. They will come." Absolutely so. I agree. I feel like I missed something up here, but maybe I didn't. Cindy says they need to watch the show. I agree. They missing out. Mike says past guests that say they will do it again may just need asked. It would feel out of line to ask to be a guest unless trying to promote something. See, and and maybe you're right. Maybe they feel that. I don't feel that. I feel like if somebody were to say, "Hey, I'd love to be a guest," which exactly one person has ever done, I was like, "Yes, thank you for that." That makes me feel like I've created a platform in which people want to be on, versus me like, "Will you please be on our show?" Just saying. Deborah Klein says, "I've watched almost all of them. I've missed a few because of family things, but I try not to miss. The first one was awesome. I was so ready for some interaction when the plague hit. It was a welcome thing for my sanity."
It's back in the dark ages.
Absolutely, Deb, and same for me. And that's, very well, because you have been since day one, a day oneer. That's exactly the reason for the show, was to try to keep the community together during all that, and for my sanity as well, because it was crazy. So, yeah. Other shows that we've got coming up, I'll just throw you some topics. I'm not going to give you the dates and all this, because this is all in pencil so that schedules and stuff can get shuffled around as needed. But we've got working on a disco episode again.
Beep beep.
Toot.
Yeah.
We're going to do a couple of throwback episodes. We've got a 60s pop episode. I'll tell you that one's scheduled for November 7th. You know why?
Why?
That's also the day that we turn the clocks back. So I thought, we'll take it back. We'll take it all the way back.
Oh, I see. Go back in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I could turn back time. We're gonna do. We've done 70s country, 80s country, 90s country, 2000s country. We have not done a 60s country. So we're going to be doing some outlaw country, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
And got one of the guests confirmed for that one. I'm trying to see what else we got. We've got just we're kind of all over the place with what we've got coming up. Trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for Halloween. I've got an idea. I just don't know how well it'll end up flushing out. So if you got some ideas for Halloween, throw them at me. Caitlin says, boogie woogie woogie. Oh, that's the wrong comment. There we go. Boogie woogie woogie.
Is that an episode? She wants boogie woogie?
I don't know.
Maybe. Talk about the lemon
my comments keep jumping. Liz says, we'll put you on the cookie list for the holidays. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Liz says, we need a blues one. Yes, we do. I agree. Actually, the first episode that we had to skip was 4th of July, and that's what that was actually scheduled for. Was a blues.
Red, white, and blues.
Red, white, and blues is what we had scheduled, but 4th of July fell on a Sunday, I think, or something. Somebody had something going on, so we couldn't do it. But I would like to do a blues episode for sure. We've got a lot of great blues players around, and I think it deserves to be covered. Jared says, I actually found out about this show because of Deborah K. Klein. Well, that's awesome.
Deborah.
I love hearing that. And Deborah is an absolute beast of a social media share and really puts a lot of eyeballs on a lot of things for a lot of people. So again, kudos to Deborah Klein and everybody that shares our show. It means a lot and it helps us a lot. And Jared, thank you for joining us. Is this the first time that you're watching, or have you seen any of the shows in the past? I'd be curious to know. And what was your first episode that you saw? Liz says she loves Deborah, and Jared says she's the best. Deb says I'd do some kind of shock rock for Halloween. I'd think of Alice Cooper. That's actually exactly what we did last year. Yep.
Yeah. Don't you remember the Green Witch?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember the green screen witch most of all.
Yeah.
What a fiasco. That was only I think like our third episode from up here in the studio when we first got in the studio. And I have a green screen, and I was just getting used to that. And without thinking about it, I was like, oh, I've got enough stuff sitting around, I'll just be a witch for Halloween or whatever. Not thinking of my green face in front of the green screen. So yeah, that was interesting. Liz says, would you do Sex Pistols? So
just once, but they hurt.
Correct. Actually, I do have a punk episode. I don't want to say scheduled because it's not scheduled. It's all fluid. But it's on the docket, we'll say.
And punk there is no real punk after like 89. So
no, yeah.
I mean, anything, agree. Yeah.
And
Green Day,
and just guys, and here's the deal. I'll be honest as always. I didn't grow up with Petra. I didn't grow up with punk. It wasn't neither one was my jam. It's not what I gravitated to. Doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a platform or to be discussed or to be enjoyed. It definitely does. I don't know why my mouse just went to the wheel of death, but hopefully everything's fine.
We're paused.
Oh, I'm paused.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see if I can fix this.
Actually, we look live on the
okay.
We look live. We're moving. Yep.
We're live, pal.
Nope, we just paused on the
okay.
Nope, there we are. We're good.
Oh, I see what's up. It looks like our feed right here should be coming back in 3, 2, 1. Please. Anything?
I'm not
what
seeing
in the wide world of sports is going on? There's you. There's
That's me, but we got black on what they're seeing.
No, it just for a second it did. It should be.
There
we
it
should
is.
be back.
We're back.
Back in black. That was a full circle. Okay, so Jared says I've seen probably 3 or 4 episodes. Very cool. What did you grow up with? Well, I went on a musical journey. That's for sure, Jared. So my parents, let's see here. I'm trying to think of how I should start this. So my parents divorced when I was 7. So it kind of goes up. My musical journey branches off. So as a kid, we listened to a lot of everything. My mom was country and R&B. My dad was oldies like 60s and that kind of stuff, and rock, some rock and roll, Rolling Stones and that kind of stuff. And so that's what I listened to for a long time. When my mom remarried, my stepbrother was a huge Van Halen and Motley Crue fan, and so that's whenever I got into like actual 80s rock. And then my mom is who I was living with at the time, was huge into 90s country and stuff. So like 80s and 90s country is my jam. And so in late 90s is whenever I got into the 80s music. And because I was that far behind, that means that I missed out on grunge music as it was happening and didn't get into that until late 90s, early 2000s. And then I was into hip hop and new metal and kind of a lot of everything, heavy metal in general. Um, that's kind of been my, and then just a bunch of eclectic stuff scattered throughout all of that. So yeah. What about you, Josh? What's been your musical journey? Petra, and Petra.
Well, at one point, no, man, my musically, I mean, my family on my dad's side was always musical. My uncles were playing here in town and touring with guys like Elvis Costello and
Wow.
opening for Chicago and Bob Seger when they were like in their late teens, early 20s, and so they have a huge, well, when I was at the Lou Whitney studio,
Uh-huh.
I introduced myself to him, and he's like, "Oh, you must be related to Rick and Billy." So
Gotcha.
I mean, and I had never met the man before, so
Uh-huh.
my musical pedigree goes back to 70s classic rock. So um, grew up listening to groups like the Eagles. Grew up listening to groups Elton John and Paul Simon, and so just whatever was popular musically,
Hmm.
and then
Okay.
in the 80s hit whatever was popular musically. My Even though we were a very churched family, uh, my parents were never like music is of the devil, so that was really cool. uh,
Yeah, that is cool.
they didn't force me to listen to Christian music or let's just listen to hymns or
Right.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So they were very cool about it.
My parents were not so cool with, especially whenever I went through, I had a friend of mine that was big into like gangster rap. And so I totally went through that phase where I was listening to like um, 12 Gauge and Tupac and all this stuff. My mom was not a fan whenever she'd walk by the bedroom and talk about some of the stuff they were talking about. I won't even
Well, my
say.
folks would have had
But
a
yeah,
problem with that too, but
well, most people's parents probably would,
yeah,
especially at that age where your development is at that critical point of this is going to be the kind of person that you're going to end up being.
right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, it was like high school or like junior high when I got into Petra. Um, and just I loved their music.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool. Cool. Jared says, and Saul Death May Die twice live. Very cool. Very cool. Were you at the show here recently at the Riff, or which show? Well, I guess that was probably
I
the two. The
I
two are two
saw
most
them.
recent.
I've seen them once live. That was enough.
Same. Same. Kim says maybe something with singer songwriters, James Taylor. Yeah, that would be very cool. And I've actually got two guests in mind immediately that would be great for that. And yeah, you already know who they are. Stevie Wonder. Yeah. So I would love to hear from you guys. What was your first favorite band or artist um, as listeners? Deborah says if he was there, he ditched me.
What's that in reference to?
I'm assuming Jared at the Death May Die show, maybe?
Maybe I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Liz Dex said, love all music. Rap is slowly getting in on the wheel. And she loves the Violent Femmes. All right. All right. I'm not very familiar with the Violent Femmes. I've heard the name for sure.
They did Blister in the Sun. Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Got it. There you go. Thank you for that musical reference. Now I actually get it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Liz Dex says Ozzy and Randy Rhoads are her favorites. Elvis for Mike. I'm kidding. Let's see here.
You know, you gotta give it to the man. He contributed a lot to music.
Oh my God, absolutely.
It wasn't
yes,
easy
absolutely.
to steal all
Didn't
that
matter
music
that he
from
stole
black
it all.
artists.
He did. Yeah. Jared says Max Sabbath, and the one that you guys played with Spider Corpse and Brand of Freak. So yeah, so our last show at the ballroom and when we played with Max Sabbath. Yeah, really, both of those were really fun shows. The latter of the two, I wish we could have sounded a little bit better, but is what it is sometimes. Deborah says, I'm talking about Jared. LOL. We worked together and he was a member of my music page before that. Awesome. There you go. Mike says, my obsession with music started very early.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us. It's so funny too, because like I've got nieces and nephews that are of the age of what you're talking about. And when I started really getting invested in music and being an adult now and seeing them that young, I'm like, oh, they probably won't care about music like I do for another 5 years at least. But it's not true. The music when you're, I don't know what, maybe between 7 and 15, that shapes you massively in your taste of music in that time frame, I would imagine.
And one of the cool things about being a family that goes to church is that music is so much involved on a weekly basis, church wise.
Yeah. Depending on the church.
Very few churches don't have some sort of praise, but that's what's really cool about what am I trying to say? Unless you have a music class in elementary school, you're not going to get a whole lot of exposure other than like radio, unless your family is pushing you into some sort of musical thing.
True.
But just your average everyday person who goes to a church is being exposed musically some way, even at an early age.
Yeah.
And I've always felt that being a church and a musician is a great training ground for being a live musician, because you really have to learn to listen to each other on that and be sensitive to where music is going.
See, I would argue 100% against that, to be totally honest.
Really?
I would, because the person standing next to you in church probably can't carry a tune in a bucket.
No, I'm talking a musician in church.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Then yes, you're correct on that then. Yeah. And you're right. That is very much so like I don't want to say a training ground, but like it's the first step for a lot of people. Yeah. Julie says, my first favorite music was probably Cher. Oh, I begged my mom to buy me her single Dark Lady on vinyl. I still have it. That's awesome. That's really cool. Liz says, The Byrds, Jeff Beck. There you go. Cindy says, Joe Elliott of Def Leppard was my favorite. My first love was probably Donny Osmond at age 7.
Mine too.
For the same reasons. Mike says, grade school, it was Kiss, Ted Nugent, The Stones, Foghat, Wild Cherry, Head East, just to name a few. There we go. It's funny. I was just talking to Kim Garmery earlier today. One of the vinyls. The world was that sound? One of the vinyls that I had in our house was the single from Wild Cherry for Play That Funky Music. And boy, did I wear that vinyl slick too, man. That was some of my first, introduction to, I don't want to say funk, but just something like that 70s rock kind of stuff in general. And then I also later got into Foghat and Ted Nugent, a lot of that mega guitar-y kind of stuff. That was really good. Julia says, also, I loved my parents' old country music record collection. Johnny Cash's Ride This Train was the best. And Buck Owens, Buckaroo. Yeah, Julia, that's good stuff. A lot of my love for old country comes from spending weekends at my grandparents' house watching Hee Haw. Another thing that we just had a conversation about earlier today. So it's interesting how a lot of this is coming full circle. Kim Garmery says Christmas music is a big part of any musical memories. And in addition to that, my dad played drums along to albums / the radio. So it would be 70s rock music. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's funny, isn't it? And maybe it was just me. I don't think so. When I was a kid, for whatever reason, I was always kind of embarrassed of what my parents listened to. I don't know if that was just me trying to be a cool kid or what, but I wasn't. And now I'm like, that was honestly the best music. And I can see as an adult now, a lot of kids relating to what their parents like and their music and have an affinity for it. Even if it's not their favorite, it still holds a special place for them. And I think that's pretty cool. Julia says, I came from a family of front porch pickers. Music has been around all of my life. My parents listened to country stations and my babysitters listened to the rock stations. I found the pop stations later all by myself. Julia, that's awesome. And you bring up another good point that even I didn't touch on, babysitters. That's definitely something I went through as a kid. And that is actually where my love of early hip hop and pop music in the early 90s, Tag Team and just so many come flooding to my mind. I don't even want to start naming off, but a lot of those were from babysitters and like their kids. And they had some of my babysitters had kids my age, but their older siblings were into that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really interesting how music can get introduced to you as well, especially if it's new to you genres. Liz Deck says my sister was pregnant with her son, went to a Guns N' Roses concert, and after he was born, that's all that would calm him down. So I believe it starts early. Yeah, there's a lot of people that believe about putting headphones on mom's belly and listening to music and stuff, and that kind of does something, makes them smart, makes them musical, makes them right-handed. I don't know. I'm not a mom, so I don't know. But there's something to that. So that's what I got. Cool. Well, like I said, we weren't trying to do any kind of a full episode or anything. We just kind of wanted to check in and let you know what we got going on. That being said, I know that Josh and I have got a lot of work to get ready for this Petra episode for next week. We've got a lot of planning to do. Josh has obviously never hosted the show. So as far as even that goes, there's a lot of work to get him up to speed on the behind the scenes, the making of, etc., and so on. So he's been working on that and doing a great job with that. And we're going to have an awesome show for you next week. So that's what we got to do. And while he's working on that, I got a whole freaking studio to put back together. We've got to rewire some sound and make it betterer. And yeah, that's what we got on our agenda. Caitlin says, I'm rarely embarrassed of my parents' music taste. I got all forms of rock from dad, quizzed on Nirvana and GNR from a young age. We Will Rock You was the first song that you sang. Gotcha. Deb says, next live show. Well, like I said, I actually was looking at the first week of December to doing a live show, but unfortunately, the riff is already booked on that evening. So, or day / evening / night, all of that. So probably won't be able to then. But Josh and I are probably going to talk about the next live show pretty soon, and we'll keep you up to speed on that because it needs to happen, man. It's like I'm jonesing for another live show. That live audience interaction makes the show.
Absolutely.
This dead airness kills me. In case you didn't know. Caitlin says, got pop singer songwriters from mom, so it's all over the place. Yeah, and that's cool too. That's a lot of what brings. It's a lot of why this show works, to be honest, is because a lot of us have open minds to a lot of different kinds of music and genres and that kind of stuff. My phone is blowing up and I don't know why. But it's really cool. That's why the show works, because not all of you are like, oh, it's got to be country music or nothing at all. most everybody watching and commenting right now is open to a lot. And so it's really cool. That's what helps us grow as people, musicians, all that kind of stuff, is to have different outlets for that. Donna says, early influences. My parents took me to all the concerts they attended. Elvis was my first. Wow. Let's slow down on that. Elvis was your first concert. I've never been a massive Elvis fan, but I'm not an Elvis hater by any means. But I would imagine that's a hard act to follow. The king of rock and roll.
Well, it depends on how noisy it was.
True.
Because I've heard stories about the Beatles doing live performances and you couldn't hear anything.
Oh, God.
And
yeah, I could only imagine.
Smelled because girls were having accidents because they were so excited. Yeah. I think I think it was Ringo that basically said that it was just loud and smelled of piss is what their concerts, because it was just uncontrollable. They couldn't hear themselves.
Sounds like a Naughty Heroes live show to
me.
So she saw Elvis at the Barton Coliseum in Little Rock.
I've seen shows there. It's a great venue.
I have probably seen Conway Twitty more time than anyone else my age. The Barry White of country music. That's very true. Yeah.
Hello, darling. Nice to see you.
It's been a long time. Yep. Kim says, I love the 7 and 7 for the reason that it's a way to connect to others by listening to something they recommend. Spot on. You could tell a lot by what a person listens to about that person. And even not just that person in general, but that person in that moment right then. You know, like I'm in a doom and gloom kind of mood. I'm gonna recommend some doom and gloom kind of music. You know, for me, it'd be like maybe some Alice in Chains or some just kind of chill, vibey, whatever. If I'm happy, it's going to be maybe something more upbeat. It's just, you can really tell a lot about that person and how they are doing at that moment. So it's good stuff. And thank you for that, Kim. I super, super enjoy these 7 songs in 7 days. I'm glad that I feel like we've gotten away from it trying to be a competition, because I could give a damn about who,
except for Julia Lee Cobb.
I really don't care about who it is that is in what order. It's just about new music and the way that it works out from week to week. It's just something fun, and Kim's nailed it. It's just a way to get new music, and for other people to feel how we're feeling. Jerry Cantrell can do no wrong, according to Mike McWhorter, and I think you're right. So Josh, what's besides working feverishly on next week's show, what is on your agenda for this upcoming week or two? Do you have any shows coming up or anything?
We are at the Tater Patch in Rolla. Did I say? Sorry. Potatoes in Rolla next weekend, and the following week we're at Downstream. So we got some pretty good gigs coming up.
Potatoes. Just saying. So Tater Patch and Rolla and
Downstream.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Does he have lembas bread with him?
No.
No. Okay.
He's obviously got a couple pots and pans, a cauldron for some reason. Well, I guess for stews. His magic elven rope. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff. I feel like I'm being too nerdy for this show, so I'll just shut up. Julie says, now hang on. All I wanted was one time in the top spot. Everything since then has been icing on top. That's
we're just talking about your friendly rivalry with your husband.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the guy with no lay in his name.
Yes.
Stephen Lechab.
Stephen Lechab.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Perhaps.
Aww.
Oh, there we go.
That what you want?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. And there you are. Perfect. So yeah, we all out of time. I like I said, we got a lot of stuff
We
to
had
work
more
on here.
time than what we thought. We just get
Yeah.
carried away talking to
Yeah,
people.
for sure. I was like, well,
Yeah.
maybe 15 minutes. And here we are at an hour and 15 minutes. So good stuff. That's all I got. I don't know. I mean, it's going to ask me for my final thoughts. I got none. I don't think. Yeah, I do. You ready for this?
What? Oh, Lord.
If you go to a bar, act like an adult. That's all I'm going to say. If it applies to you, it applies to you.
Was there some childish behavior that you saw this weekend?
If you only freaking knew. Oh, it's not even just one incident either.
If you only knew. Fair.
I'll tell you. Oh, I will. I will. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. The tea is for me.
Yeah. Also, before we go, I'm not going to say who, but I just got confirmation on our next guest for Common Grounds. And let me tell you, when I say this is going to be a doozy,
I know what this is.
This is going to be a doozy. This is going to be can't miss. And I freaking mean it.
I was wondering if this was going to pan out.
It just
nice.
It just panned out. So
that's going to be something for people to see.
It really is. It's I'm just
We may have to offer some extended clips. I think
definitely so, because I think a lot of people could benefit from this
conversation.
Yeah,
I think it will be.
Yep, I totally agree. So on that note, let's see here. Julie said, come on now. Welcome to the world of bar management. Can't wait to hear all the stories that come out of this. Well, I tell you what, not only is the tea for Josh, I might even have some tea for the live show. We'll see. But there's going to be a tea overload on the next episode of Common Ground. So if you're not a patron, sign up for our Patreon. It's cheap, but the content is not cheaply produced. I don't know. I just came up with that and it sucked. So do it anyway, because we would love the support. Yeah, that's all I got.
And just a reminder, if anyone has any questions for the guys from
former
Petra members, send them our way.
Yeah,
because we definitely want to have as much input.
Please do. You can post it on Josh's wall, my wall, Facebook message us, text us, call us.
I'll probably send out some sort of post. This week.
I think that'd be fantastic. And also, I will say on the show and for the record, kudos to Dan and Tara for doing an interview. I have not seen it yet, but the word on the street is y'all did it right. So
yeah, they did. As I've seen many interviews with Greg and actually spent time with him, and they got some information that I'd never heard of before.
Well, even whenever his daughter is saying, "I know my dad," but there's things that I learned from that.
Yep.
When that kind of stuff is being said, you know it's good.
It is.
So
it really
this is my free plug for the Unsung Dreamers. Go check it out. Listen to that episode. If you were a Petra fan, you're in for a treat. Okay. That's my final thoughts. So what else we got, Josh?
Julia Lay Cobb, her comment about the next to the bottom one, I think.
Oh, there we go. What can I say? He won the ultimate prize when he snagged me. Aww. Yep. This is me hitting the sound effects. Aww.
I think that needed to be said.
I agree.
Yep. We got that.
Yeah. Check out our website that I'm about to, as soon as we finish here, go update. It's audioroast.com. You can find merch, playlist, sponsor links, past episodes, audio episodes, and cool ways to support us. So audioroast.com, your official one-stop shop for all things Audio Roast related.
It's not powered.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, you're going to have to take care of that.
Final thoughts. You already heard them. Act like adults in a bar. Y'all are cray-cray. We'll see you next week.